You see, Daniel, the most important person in my life was my mom. She was an incredible inspiration for me. She was a very frugal, a very simple and humble lady. She was a teacher all her life, and towards the end of her life she had saved money through all her life and said, you know, it's for you now. And I said to her, I don't want it. And I said to her, what would make you happy? And she said, I've been a teacher all my life. I want to give it away for scholarships. And she gave it away to a university in Zurich for the benefit of the people who have not and cannot. And this was so touching for me that I said, I want to step into the footsteps of my mother. So what I'm doing right now is preparing for this, to give everything to this foundation, and then put a very strong purpose around it. And then you see, I don't want to speak about this because this is not, if some people feel it has benefited them, let them speak.
It's a sense of serve.
Yeah, but you see, you don't do it for the marketing purpose.
Yes.
You do it because
the sense of service, to serve others,
correct.
Serve people.
Giving back.
If your mother was a teacher, her work was serve.
Yes.
Teaching is
That's
serve.
right. For the benefit of people having a better life, yes, through the education she provides.
Exactly.
That's exactly right.
And you are doing the same in your way. Right.
Well, I haven't done my deed yet, but it's important to start this process before it's too late. Right? We all have to realize one day, as my mother said, the last shirt has no pockets. It means you leave it all behind.
Yeah.
The last shirt has no pockets.
Fine.
Everything you own has no meaning.
Yeah.
The only thing that remains is the relationships you had in life, and those will sustain.
And I'm thinking all the time more and more about the sense of serve. The sense of...
How old are you now?
50. Just complete 50 this year. And then realize how times fly. Because when we were young, we don't realize about how fast. And every old person say, no, the times fly, you have to take advantage of that. And we never listen. And then when we get certain age, we realize that they were completely right. Times fly.
Let me tell you one thing. When you reach 60, you will wake up one day and there's a switch that happens and your whole value system will completely change. All the material stuff will have no more purpose. So you have like these switches at 30, 45 and 60. Some people call it midlife crisis, or some call it hit refresh, like a reset of some sort. And I think these are very important mechanisms in our lives where we're going to reflect if that what we do is meaningful or not, and then we start to shift. It's usually not a gradual shift, it's actually kind of a disruptive change, right? We feel something is not right. I'm sure you went through this as well, right?
Yeah,
you start to question everything, right? And this is very important.
Questioning and regarding about the purpose. What was the purpose of my life?
Exactly.
And then, because I was unsatisfied, I was comparing myself with others. And then I said, no, Daniel, what makes you happy is when you serve.
Yeah, of course.
When you serve, you became happy. So don't be ashamed to serve or to be happy.
It's our purpose to serve. You serve your family. Right? We are here to serve.
Yeah, but some people want to be served.
Well, and they will never find a purpose in life, because purpose comes from serving others. I consider it doing something meaningful unconditionally. You don't ask for money.
Yeah.
Right? You do something that's meaningful to you and do it in an unconditional. It's not business. I don't charge dollars.
Yes.
And then it's serving. Then it's the true serving. The sense of serving is, and that servant leadership. And that's the only way you can become happy.
Yes. That's right.
This eternal chasing for money is a kiss of death. It's never enough. right? Giving away is a much bigger spirit.
I think so. And I like the way that you put the table, everybody look to the team.
Collaboration.
Yes.
Our value is, again, let's go to the values. Maybe you want to record
It
that?
caught my attention at the first sight. Oh, interesting.
These are our values. I'd like to explain those to you.
Please.
These are the values that I wrote, and you start with be kind, because you start every relationship with being kind, otherwise you have nothing to connect with.
True.
Then you start to articulate yourself, be clear. That means, what do I stand for, what I do not stand for, what do you stand for, and likewise. And if we have a common ground, then we start to collaborate.
Huh.
Once we collaborate, we divide the roles and responsibilities. You take one piece, I do one piece, and we deliver to promise.
True.
If we deliver to promise, we achieve, then we celebrate. So what you see, this is actually not just random values, it's actually a value chain.
Mm-hmm.
And actually it's a value cycle.
Yes, it's true.
Because after you celebrate, you're going to be even kinder.
Mm-hmm.
So it becomes
Circle.
a cycle, exactly. And again, we even have sub-values when you look at be kind. Outward facing is be empathetic, Inside, be self-aware, right? Be clear when I speak to you, be concise. Inside, be structured. Collaborate, engage with you, but also have to be agreeable, right? And then promise, I promise to you, but I have to deliver. And I want to make sure that you appreciate, but I also have to enjoy. Outside, inside. So these are sub-values. As you can tell, as an engineer, I'm trying to put some sense into all these things. And what you really realize is these are human values. These are not stupid business values, right? Most companies have like customer first. What they really mean is shareholders first, dividends first, right? And it creates this cognitive dissonance. What I'm trying to tell here is these are human values. You would apply them into your family, right? You're going to be kind to your kids, right? You're going to be clear with your kids. You collaborate with your kids. You deliver to promise. Your kids deliver to promise. And if you do that together, you celebrate.
And it's more useful for people that work. Sometimes companies write a very beautiful statement, mission, or whatever.
It's all bullshit.
But they are not connected with that.
Correct. So what we do here is, Daniel, everything we do, every minute, every hour, every day, this is the purpose of serving the people who have not and cannot, together with the values. That's the culture. This is non-negotiable. Mm-hmm. So we hold people accountable against this. You can hold me accountable. And if people do not follow those values, we try to educate them, train them. But if it doesn't work, they have to leave.
Sure.
Right? It's for me, this is non-negotiable. And then you create a culture. And if you have a culture, you're unstoppable. If you have no culture, you have nothing.
Yeah.
Make sense?
A lot.
So
A lot.
I'm very
Because
proud of this.
This is human.
Correct.
Has humanity.
These are human values. Correct. These are not business values.
Corporate
bullshit.
Yes.
Because you see, when people come to work, they cannot leave their value set at home behind and then embrace a complete different value set.
True.
That creates cognitive dissonance, and cognitive dissonance leads to mental illness and physical illness. You have to make sure that your value sets at home and in your company must be the same. They must be harmonious.
Yes. The frequency of values are the same. So
Exactly.
It's all about frequency.
These are human values.
Yes.
Right?
That's.
And I take those very seriously. And
when did you wrote it?
About 3 years ago, I told you I became a vegan. And when you start to heal your gut, which is actually your first brain, your sensitivity and your ability to be more connected with yourself is mind-blowing. People may think that is pretty crazy, but it is. People who have gone through this experience. I'm a hardcore vegan today, and
Really?
I solved all my health issues I had. I'm preparing for a half marathon right now, so I'm fit, mentally fit, I'm physically fit, and this has really opened my eyes. And I wrote them actually in half an hour. It just naturally flowed out because It's a very logical chain.
Yeah. How many hours people work in the factory? Each shift.
Here in the office we have 9 to 6 and I think an hour lunch break or something like that. And we have 8-hour shifts in the factory, and then we have like 3 shifts.
Many people in different countries think that China has the same no law that it had in the past. Can you tell us, for example, the minimum wage, and is that possible? And if they have vacations?
Honestly, I wouldn't know, to be honest. I just came back 3 months ago, but I can tell you one thing. Females and males get paid exactly the same, and we're paying above market, right? So you only can get quality and commitment and engagement from people who are treated properly. I think a lot of people have a complete wrong understanding of China is a sweatshop, is cheap. Actually, if you want to go to a cheap country, go to Vietnam or Cambodia or whatever, most companies. China is an expensive place. And what I can also tell you is it's a very, very regulated country, right? And the workers have a lot of rights, which is wonderful. So if they're mistreated in any form or shape, they have every ability, and that's a good thing, that they can take counsel and get support. Right? You see, no one is speeding on the road.
Not anymore.
Because people know the law, people follow the law, and it's, for me, the safest country, or one of the safest countries in the world. Yes, and people are generally happy because their quality of life has improved, right? You see how clean it is here in Cheongshan.
A lot of trees.
Trees, exactly.
Unbelievable.
It's actually it's a holiday destination here in Cheongshan, and yeah, people generally who come here are very happy. I'm going to spend the next 3 years here, so I make this my home, and I'm generally very happy here. People are wonderful here, really, really wonderful.
Good. 很好。